I welcome you to Ingenious Words, and today I am speaking to you about your outlook, my outlook in life. What is your outlook in life? What is my outlook in life? And I've asked myself this question because you realize that in this life we always get to experience two groups of people: those that are doing well and those who are not doing well, the rich, the poor, the successful, the unsuccessful, the kind, the wicked, the compassionate, the stone-hearted. Everything seems to have two sides. And I've heard a lot of stories about a lot of people's lives. But one day, as I was thinking about this, I began to ask myself as I watched a man tell his story. And this is what he said. The interviewer was asking him, "How come you are doing so well?" Because when we started investigating your background, we realized that you did not have the best of life. You were raised by a single mother who was a prostitute. You were not the best and brightest in your school and in your class. You were not able to complete the university. But here down the lane, we see you successful. What happened? So the man, with a lot of gratitude for the question, looked at the interviewer and said, "Deconstruct, reconstruct." So the interviewer looked at him puzzled and said, "How do you mean? I know that the words that you are speaking to me are profound, but I am yet to make meaning of what you are saying." And he said, "Yes. You asked me how I got to the place I am now, and I'm telling you it's because I deconstructed and I reconstructed." And so the man begins to give a background of his life to the audience who did not have the preview of investigating his background. And he tells his story of how he was raised by a single mother. The father never knew the father. His mother was the prostitute. He lived an abused life. And everybody around him always told him that, one, you will amount to nothing. You are ugly. You are unwanted. You are a mistake. You are a curse. We don't want you around us. When we look at you, your life is going nowhere. And so for many years in his life, he tells the story, he always heard these words, and these words constructed an outlook for him. You know, in sociology, we have something called nature versus nurture, and how our environment and our family and society help shapes us so that we are the product not just of society. The behaviors, the habits that we pick is because of nature and nurture. And he said that what nature gave me was negativity, and what nurture gave me was absolute disappointment. At a point in my life, I wanted to take my life because I didn't feel that it was worth living. My life was so difficult. Everybody did not like me. I did not like myself. I had low self-esteem. I was not happy. I had depression. And he went on and he talked about all the negative things that he was. And he said, so the interviewer asked him, "So what changed?" He says that what changed is that I met a man whose name was Jesus. And when I met this man said to me that, "Hello, Joel, you know, I can make you a better version of yourself." And he looked at him and said, "How can you do so?" And he said, the Lord said to him, "Deconstruct and reconstruct." He said, "What?" He said that if you will let me into your life, I will deconstruct all the outlooks, the experiences and the nurturing that the world and society and the things that you have experienced has shaped you to be. And I'll reconstruct you to the very person I created you to be. Then he said that no, it cannot be possible. I'm a failure. I'm not meant to be successful. Nobody wants to see me. I'm not even handsome. Even the women don't want to talk to me. Every relationship that I enter into fails. But yet Jesus still insisted, if you allow me, I will make you a better version of yourself. I will deconstruct you and I will reconstruct you. And so he said, how? And Jesus began to tell him about who he is. You see, many a times, many of us, our outlook is shaped by our experiences in the world and by the people around us. And you see, these people, they are not our creator. And because they are not our creator, they don't know how purposeful and visionary our life is. It is only our creator that knows the best version of ourselves. And so as he began to discover his identity in God, he began to reconstruct. What are the things that he learned? First of all, he learned that we are beautifully, wonderfully, intricately made and woven by the hands of God. Psalm 139. We are not a mistake. You know, when you read Jeremiah chapter 1, these are some of the things that the Lord said to Jeremiah. When you read the Amplified Version, he says that, I am the one that chose you and I approved of you. So you are not a mistake. You might have been born out of wedlock. You might have been born to a mother who is a prostitute. Your father might have been a drug addict and he might have abandoned you whilst you were young. The people around you abused you and treated you unfairly. You failed in relationship. You failed in school. You failed in business. You failed in marriage. Everything that you've done has not been successful. It is because you don't have a better view of yourself. And if you would understand that you have been beautifully, intricately, carefully made by God, approved of him to exist in this world, then you understand that you are kind, you are good, you are beautiful, you are handsome. You are made to be successful, you are made to be prosperous. You are made to have self-esteem, you are made to have confidence. Why are you lacking these things? It is because our outlook in life is shaped by the world. If you are listening to me, this is what I'm telling you this evening. Deconstruct and reconstruct. Deconstruct from all the opinions of men, the opinions of people of the world, opinion of evil spirit that speak negativity into your ears, and reconstruct your life, your destiny, your vision, your mission according to the identity that God has given you. What has he given you? He has given you peace. He has given you joy. He has given you an intellect. And even though you did not finish school, even though you were not the best and brightest in your class, it doesn't mean that your destiny and your life should be written off. No. He approved of you to be a success. He approved of you to be successful, not just in business, in your marriage. He approved of you to be happy in life. You deserve to be happy. You see, we know so many people that are not happy in life because they don't believe they deserve to be happy. But this evening, if you are watching me, this is what I am telling you. Deconstruct and reconstruct. Deconstruct from the opinions of the world. You are not ugly. You are not unwanted. You are not a disappointment. You are not a failure. And reconstruct your life, your destiny, according to the identity of Christ. You are intricately, carefully, wonderfully, fearfully made in love to be successful, to have joy, to have peace, to have self-esteem, to have confidence, to be kind, to be good, to be compassionate, to be merciful, to be self-controlled, and at best, to enjoy your life. This is what God has made you to be. So irrespective of your experience, this evening I encourage you, deconstruct and reconstruct according to the identity that your Father in heaven has given you. This has been Ingenious Words, and we thank you for watching us. I hope that this message has been a blessing to you. I pray that you are encouraged by the message, and I pray that you share it to a friend that needs it, and let somebody know that they are not a mistake. God is intentional. God loves you. God cherishes you, and He thinks about you. And never forget that you matter in this world. So go out there and live the best of your life, because that is what He has made you to be. This is Ingenious Words. I'll see you next Wednesday, 12 p.m. on Ingenious Words. Shalom.